Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Hakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith, and Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on some heavy judgment from the Lord in the form of a house fire. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says, 4 dead, including 3 juveniles in Crete house fire. It says, 4 people, including 3 minors, died early Wednesday morning following a house fire in Crete. At around 12:58 a.m., the Crete Fire Department, along with other partners, were dispatched to a report of a structure fire on Shalit Court. The initial extent of the fire required a full still alarm to be requested. Neighbors said they could hear the fire trucks arrive, and when they came outside, they found the entire home engulfed in flames. When I stepped out, the house was burning really bad, like someone dropped a bomb on the house, neighbor Teresa Jackson Sandoval said. The fire was catching to the trees, the cars. I was hysterical. Said due to rapidly deteriorating conditions, fire crews had to withdraw from the home after initially going in. The roof then collapsed, so firefighters went to a defensive strategy, and the fire was under control within 40 minutes, according to the department. When conditions allowed, crews re-entered the home and found 4 occupants who were pronounced dead at the scene. According to the Crete Monet School District 201, 3 of their students died as a result of the fire. 2 elementary students at Monet Elementary died, and 1 student at Crete Monet High School died. No information is available regarding the 4th person who died as a result of the fire at this time. Said beginning today, we are increasing support at all of our schools. Counselors, social workers, and other support staff will be available for students who need to talk, take a break, or receive additional help. Superintendent Dr. Cara Caglianese wrote in a letter to students and staff. Family and neighbors said the victims were a 71-year-old grandfather and his 3 granddaughters. The grandfather, identified by authorities as Walter Palmer, was raising his granddaughters after their mother died of cancer. Authorities said the state fire marshal was on scene investigating accidental causes. Neighbors said the man who lived in the house was always lending a helping hand. They said he also battled cancer and had undergone back surgery. Said he was the greatest guy. He wanted to keep his granddaughters all together and doing a good job. He had some health issues, also losing his wife 5 years ago. He's had tragedy after tragedy. This was the utmost for something like this to happen, neighbor Rosie Wilson said. The ages and names of the granddaughters have not yet been released. Yeah, so, like I said earlier, some heavy judgment. Ecclesiasticus 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Verse 29. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Verse 30. Teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. And whether people can understand it or not, that man and his 3 granddaughters were wicked, and the Lord used that fire to punish them to destruction. Like it says in Psalms 9:16, the Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. So that was his judgment upon them. Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And a flame of devouring fire destroyed that home and killed those 4 people, that man and his 3 granddaughters. And that was the Lord's judgment upon them. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no power with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And this judgment was a clear example that no one can deliver you out of the hand of the Lord. Because when the firefighters arrived, they were initially able to get inside the house. But then once again, the fire intensified, and they had to fall back. And that has happened in a few other cases as well, where there was a fire and it was bad, but when the firefighters arrived, they were still able to gain entry into the home. But then once they were inside, the fire intensified to the point where they got basically pushed out. And then, the roof collapsed and they couldn't get back in. So whoever was in there, if they were alive, when the firefighters got in there, they, eventually they would die because the fire got too intense and the firefighters couldn't reach them. And this is why the men of the Lord are constantly saying to fear the Lord, because the Lord decides whether you live or die. And if the Lord wants you to die, he determines how that happens. First Samuel 2:6. The Lord Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. And the Heavenly Father killed those 4 people. And he used his spirits of vengeance to execute his judgments. Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? And the answer is that nobody has perished being innocent. That man and his 3 granddaughters were not innocent in the eyes of the Lord. That's why they perished. Verse 8, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. And that's where all these judgments are coming from. They're coming from the Lord. But they're happening because these wicked people, whether they're men, women, or even children, have to be punished for their wickedness. Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And clearly it was a time for that man and his granddaughters to die. And that's why the Lord sent that judgment upon them. And now they're in the spirit world. Luke 21:22. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. And clearly we are living in the days of vengeance. That's why the Lord's spirits that are created for vengeance are out here daily executing the Lord's judgments. all the things that are written in these scriptures to come to pass are being fulfilled. And that's going to become more and more clear as the Lord brings more and more judgment upon the earth and upon these wicked people. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakudash, the Wadi Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. And shalom to all the sincere believers, which includes the Israelites who are scattered amongst these other nations and look like these other nations. I hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, and Adawan Ratazah, which means Lord's will. Until next time, shalom.